I have just been on a trip to Italy, and it was an awesome experience. But if I'm being honest, it's been really difficult making a video about this. My backpacking trip to Italy was a lot. I was extremely anxious before we left. I was traveling during peak tourist season. I found out that they were predicting to be record-breaking temperatures in Italy. A part of me is putting off making this video because I love traveling, and I feel like what I experienced in Italy isn't a great representation of what backpacking could be. First off, we started in Rome. We had to take a 40-minute walk from the train station to a monastery. That's right, we were going to be staying in a monastery. Until recently, I had no idea that travelers could stay in monasteries in Italy. But apparently it's actually a really big thing there. My sister was actually the one who figured out that we could do that. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say, I'm traveling to Italy with my sister. We were greeted with kind nuns when we got to the monastery. They were so nice, even though they could barely speak English. I just got this nice vibe from everyone in the whole place, and I was so excited to go experience being at a monastery. Turns out that staying in a monastery isn't so bad. I got hotel vibes. Oh my gosh, first impression, it's amazing. The nuns were so nice to us, and it's just like such a welcoming vibe. The room is amazing, so clean, so fancy, and I'm feeling very safe. They have air conditioning, which is so important when you're traveling here in the season, because there are a lot of places in Italy that don't have air conditioning, and I will go more into that later in this video. Okay, so we're on our way to go eat some dinner, and we just passed by these random ruins here. I don't know if you can see it, but there are these random ruins everywhere here in Rome. We got to go to the Trevi Fountain, and we got to go eat a very nice Italian meal, and we got to see some street performances. It was definitely a culture shock and hectic first impression of Italy. So we're on our way to the Vatican after eating a really good breakfast. As we got close to the Vatican, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. There were so many people.
The line, to buy ticket. Straight.
There was a line that wrapped around the whole Vatican wall. Wait, this line is for people without reservation. And it wraps around the whole thing. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Look at all those people. At that point, I was happy that my sister and I pre-booked our tickets. We just walked right in and we went on and explored the Vatican. First off, stunning. There are so many amazing things to go see in the Vatican. Sculptures, paintings, tapestries, all you can think of. Another thing was, it was so hot. It's like super hot right now. Probably almost 40 degrees. And I bought this scarf right outside the museum. It was genius getting this because I drenched it in water and it's keeping me cool. And I also made my hair wet, which is helping. But yeah, I feel like I'm dying. So I'm not going to be filming that much here in the Vatican because it's way too hot. So sorry guys. I did not handle the heat well at all. We were sitting in the shade and it went like okay, and then all of a sudden it just hit me while we were in the line to get into the St. Peter Basilica. Yeah, I got so hot and fatigued and dizzy and nauseous, and thank goodness we took a taxi back to the monastery, and then I took the longest cold shower ever, and then I basically passed out on the bed for like 2 hours. Yeah, the heat is no joke, especially from me who isn't used to the heat at all. They're predicting it's going to be up to 48 Celsius. You see, this is why I was so hesitant of releasing this video, because I love spreading positivity on my channel and I hate lying and being fake. I love being transparent. But you guys, even though Italy is amazing and definitely worth a visit, you really have to be careful with this heat. Like, it was a mistake for us to go at the hottest time of the year. After that slightly traumatic experience at the Vatican, we decided to end off the day with an awesome, amazing, delicious dinner. Rome truly has the best pizza in the whole entire world. There is no other place that has such amazing pizza. There is something special about how they make the dough in Rome. I've heard that it's something in the water, and also the freshness of the tomatoes they use in their sauce is amazing. I just wish I could live off of Italian pizza every day. That would be my dream. We are up early to go to the Trevi Fountain to see if there's any people there, because we want to get really good pictures there. And yeah, and then afterwards we're gonna go to the Pantheon. Okay, so we're walking to the Trevi Fountain now, and I'm so happy because it's 5:30 and it's actually bright outside, and I love it. And there's no people, and also the temperature is bearable. It's around 20 Celsius, and I don't know, I'm just so happy. It's such a huge difference from yesterday. Definitely not as many people. I didn't handle the heat that well that day either. However, I'm so glad I got to go see these awesome places, and I was truly living up to my childhood dream of visiting Italy. And before we knew it, it was time to go to our next city, Naples. Okay, we're gonna leave the monastery now, and we're taking the scenic route. We're taking the scenic route down. So here's the view. I, for some reason, always thought Naples was a small, little, cute city by the water with lots of flowers and wine and good food, but you guys, it's not that. So as we came up to Naples in our train, I saw it was so rustic and just the exact opposite of what I thought it would be. Nothing wrong with that. Naples is definitely unique and interesting, that's for sure. We got to our hotel and we had some very interesting experiences there. We found out that there was a moldy burrito or moldy sandwich in our refrigerator, and it just stunk up our whole room, and we couldn't get the air conditioning to work until a few hours later. Naples started off rough. I felt bad for Naples, and I was ready to start off the next day on a high note. So we went to Naples Underground and got to see some really interesting things and learn about Naples history. And after that, we got to go explore Naples by foot and almost got hit by mopeds every 2 seconds. So there are these little alleyways in Naples, and the mopeds, they just drive through them. They're not walkways for people, they're driving paths for mopeds. That's what they are. I really wanted to go to the archaeology museum, so we went there. However, that is another place that didn't have air conditioning. So we kind of just sped run through the whole museum. I mean, we barely got to scratch it, honestly. We were so hot. So then after just sprinting through the first floor, we ended up getting gelato there and sharing it just so we could cool down because we were struggling. We ended our day trying out this fried pizza. It was definitely a very interesting dish, very fatty and filling and high in calories, but definitely worth a try if you're in Naples. While we were staying in Naples, we had to go visit Pompeii. And Pompeii is only a 40-minute train ride from Naples. Ever since I was a little kid, I dreamed of going to Pompeii. As we entered the city after buying our tickets, I was just so excited. I was just jumping up and down in glee, and I just couldn't wait to go explore the city.
This is supposed to be like a stall, like for selling food and whatever. And these lines were made for the stall doors to open it.
And this is a house or a stall for horses?
No, like a stall for like food, like selling, like a market.
Oh, market stall.
Yeah.
And this was the desk right here.
Probably.
And then all of a sudden I was hit by the heat. I'm like shaking. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm in the shade trying to relax and lower my body temperature. I actually saw archaeologists working on site that day. And this was pretty special because archaeologists haven't excavated in Pompeii for decades. I was just really debating on whether or not to go up to the archaeologists and ask them questions. And I finally just got up the courage and went to the first person I saw. Turns out I was talking to the lead archaeologist of the site that day, and it was so amazing. It was so insightful, and just seeing her passion talking about Pompeii and her job and her excavation, it gave me so much joy. And I just felt very inspired to be in her presence and to learn more about Pompeii. It was definitely a unique experience that I will remember for the rest of my life. We got to start off our backpacking journey on a historic note, which was exactly what I wanted. In next week's video, we're going to explore the beauty of Florence, the colorful Medina, the fashionable Milan, and also the uniqueness of Venice. So if you guys want to go check out that video, make sure to go subscribe. Bye!